AI tools for mindfulness and meditation are becoming incredibly popular, and it's easy to understand why. When someone is stressed, overwhelmed, or unable to focus, having an AI calmly guide them through breathing exercises, grounding prompts, or short meditations can feel like a lifeline. There are real benefits here. AI can help people pause during chaotic moments, slow their thoughts, and reconnect with their bodies in a way that feels accessible and non-judgmental. For beginners who feel intimidated by meditation classes or unsure where to start, an AI's gentle cues can provide structure. Mood tracking can also help people notice patterns, like how sleep, work, or social stress affect their emotional state, and that awareness alone can be empowering. For everyday tension, scattered thoughts, or the need for a quick reset, AI can serve as a quietly stabilizing tool. But these tools are also limited in ways that are crucial to understand, especially because mindfulness and emotional health are deeper than a breathing exercise or a calming phrase. One of the biggest risks is the illusion of progress. When an AI guides someone to breathe more slowly or briefly relax their muscles, the immediate effect can feel like healing. The user feels calmer, more grounded, less distressed. But deeper emotional issues, like unresolved trauma, chronic anxiety, grief, or long-term depressive cycles, cannot be soothed by short-term calm. The danger comes when people mistake short-lived relief for meaningful emotional work. AI can quiet the surface, but it cannot address the roots. Without proper support, underlying issues can continue to build until they resurface more intensely. Another concern is that AI-led mindfulness can unintentionally reinforce avoidance. When someone uses guided breathing or mood prompts repeatedly to manage distress without exploring the source of that distress, mindfulness becomes a coping mechanism rather than a path toward understanding. AI can encourage calm, but it cannot ask the difficult therapeutic questions that help people examine their beliefs, challenge cognitive distortions, heal past wounds, or navigate complex relationships. If someone relies heavily on AI for emotional stability, they may feel less inclined to seek professional help even when it's needed. That delay in treatment can be harmful, particularly in cases involving trauma, panic disorders, or deeper mood imbalances. What feels like self-care may quietly become a barrier to real recovery. There is also the risk of emotional misinterpretation. Mood tracking algorithms often rely on patterns in language or user input, but human emotions rarely fit neatly into simple categories. A person might log feeling sad, but the sadness could come from burnout, loneliness, chronic stress, or early signs of depression, each requiring different responses. An AI may offer generic comfort or suggest a meditation that doesn't match the situation. Someone struggling with intrusive thoughts might be guided toward a calming exercise that actually increases distress. Someone with dissociation might be encouraged to close their eyes and go inward, which can be destabilizing. AI lacks the sensitivity and clinical judgment needed to guide vulnerable users safely. Privacy concerns add another layer. Mood data, meditation logs, and emotional patterns are incredibly personal. Users often share these details without realizing how the data is stored or who can access it. That information, if mishandled, can expose vulnerabilities that were meant to stay private. And yet, despite all the warnings, AI mindfulness tools still have a meaningful place in emotional well-being. They democratize stress reduction techniques, making them available to people who might not otherwise have access. They provide immediate relief during tense moments. They help users cultivate awareness, build consistency, and experiment with practices that might eventually lead them toward deeper healing. When used intentionally, they can complement therapy beautifully, helping someone stay regulated between sessions or track emotional shifts that can inform clinical conversations. The healthiest approach is to treat AI-guided mindfulness as a starting point, not a destination. It can soothe the nervous system, encourage reflection, and offer grounding during stressful days. But it cannot replace the depth, nuance, and human insight required to heal long-standing emotional wounds. True emotional growth comes from understanding, processing, and integrating experiences, a process that requires human connection, skilled guidance, and compassionate accountability. AI can help you breathe through a difficult moment, but it cannot walk with you through the deeper work of understanding why the moment felt so hard in the first place. Keeping that distinction clear is the key to using these tools wisely and safely.